Welcome to physics online session. The next important topic is total internal reflection. When light travels from one medium to another medium, one medium to another medium, a part of it is reflected into the same medium and the rest is transmitted to the another medium. Okay, this is called the internal reflection. Okay, so here taking a ray of light which is traveling from denser medium to a rarer medium. Okay, here the denser medium, we have taken denser medium as water and rarer medium as air. So now the light is traveling from water to air. So let us take an object which is located inside the denser medium. Now we are representing almost 4 to 5 light rays from this object. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, we have selected 5 light rays. So now look at the first ray of light which is moving perpendicular to the surface, or not moving along the normal to the surface. We know that for normal incidence angle of incidence equals to angle of refraction is equals to 0. The light ray doesn't deviate from its actual path. So for normal incidence, okay, so for this light ray the angle of refraction and angle of incidence both are 0. Okay, so what happens when angle of incidence increases? When angle of incidence increases, look at this is the angle of incidence for the second ray. So this is a particular the corresponding angle of refraction, IR. So the angle of incidence and refraction for the second ray of light, so which is partially reflected and partially transmitted or refracted, okay, to the another medium. So what do you observe? As the angle of incidence increases, angle of refraction also increases. See here, as you increase the angle of incidence, so here I dash greater than I, so R dash greater than R, angle of incidence increases, angle of refraction also increases in the same way. Okay, this is the first one, second, third, and for fourth light ray, at a particular angle of incidence called the critical angle of incidence, so the refracted ray grazes the surface, or the angle of refraction become 90 degrees. Look at this fourth light ray. Here the fourth light ray, so here the refracted ray is moving parallel to the surface. Okay, why? Because when you increase the angle of incidence, angle of refraction also increases at a particular angle of incidence, so it moves parallel to the surface or interface. If you further increase the angle of incidence, the angle of incidence is more than the critical angle, what happens here? There is no refracted ray, total light is reflected into the denser medium, okay. So when angle of incidence is greater than critical angle, light is totally reflected into the denser medium. This phenomenon is known as total internal reflection. Okay. Next we will derive an expression for critical angle. Once again I'll repeat. So when the total internal reflection takes place, when ray of light travels from denser medium to rarer medium, so the light ray bends away from the normal. If the angle of incidence increases, angle of refraction also increases. For a particular angle of incidence known as critical angle, so this angle is called critical angle. For a particular angle of incidence known as critical angle, the angle of refraction become 90 degrees. If the angle of incidence further increases, the angle of increases, instead of going to other medium, total light is reflected into the same medium. This reflection is known as total internal reflection. Okay, now we will find an expression for critical angle. Critical angle. Right, look at the picture. Look in the fourth figure, fourth light ray for at critical angle of incidence. At critical angle of incidence, so what happens? I equals to IC and R become 90 degrees. According to Snell's law, from Snell's law, we have sin I by sin R is equals to n to 1. So that implies sin IC by sin 90 degrees equals to n to 1. So that implies sin IC is equals to n to 1. So I want to rewrite this expression as sin IC is equals to 1 divided by n12. Since n21 can be written as it is the reciprocal of n12, or n21 is the reciprocal of n12. Okay, why I am writing refractive index in terms of n12, refractive index of first medium with respect to second medium? Here the first medium is denser medium, so I want to write refractive index of a denser medium, so I am expressing in terms of n12. Okay, if you write n12, what is the angle of, what is the critical angle expression? I say become sin inverse of 1 by n12. Okay, this is the expression for critical angle of incidence. You can also take this expression, sin IC is equals to 1 by n12, where n12 is the refractive index of denser medium. The next one, what is the critical angle for different media? In the previous case we have taken the air water interface. Water is the denser medium and air is a rarer medium. Synthetic, there are different for different media the critical angle is different. For air water surface, the critical angle is about 48.7 degrees. So if you substitute the refractive index of water in this expression, you will get IC for air water surface as 48.75 degrees. For crown glass, if the glass is made of crown, so it is called one type of glass, crown glass, whose refractive index is 1.52. If you substitute 1.52 in this expression, you will get the critical angle for glass air interface, particularly for crown glass air interface, it is about 41.14 degrees. If you take a dense flint glass, you will get critical angle as 37.31 degrees. And for diamond, whose refractive index is large, okay, so largest value of refractive index is diamond is having largest value of refractive index and it is 2.42. If you substitute 2.42 in this expression, you will get the critical angle for diamond air interface is about 24.41 degrees. Okay, so if light incident on a diamond at 24.41 degrees, then it suffers total internal reflection. Okay, these are the different values, different critical angle values for different media, different transparent media. Okay, what are the conditions for total internal reflection? When the ray of light suffers total internal reflection, in order to get total internal reflection has to take place. Light has to travel from denser to rarer medium. Light has to travel from denser to rarer medium, and the angle of incidence should be greater than critical angle. Then only the light suffers total internal reflection. Simply I am writing TIR, total internal reflection. These are the conditions so to get total internal reflection. Okay, the next one is demonstration of a total internal expression. How will you know whether light is suffered total internal reflection or not? You can check, you can do some small activity. So let us take a beaker filled with water. Okay, if you take a piece of soap and little dip into the water surface, and after some time, so water it becomes soap water. Okay, so here if you let us take a laser pointer. So focus the laser pointer from the bottom of this beaker. Okay, so that light comes out from the other end. Okay, so if you focus normal to the surface, light comes out in this direction. There is no internal reflection. As the angle of incidence increases, so at oblique incidence you will get both the rays, refracted light ray and this is reflected light ray. Okay, so as what happens here, as the angle of incidence increases, so if the angle of incidence increasing, so at a particular angle, what happens, total light will be reflected into the water only. There is no refracted light, and you can see, so in the previous case you can see two laser dots. If you take a red laser, you will see two dots. One is due to reflected light ray and other is due to refracted light ray. But as the angle of incidence increases, if you bend the laser beam with respect to normal, its angle of incidence increases, angle of refraction also increases. There is at a particular angle of incidence, so light grazes a surface. That situation is not represented here. If this is the case where the angle of incidence is more than the critical angle, then total light comes into the denser medium only. This is said to be this light is said to suffer total internal reflection. So why? Because you can't see the two dots, you can see only one dot. Okay, so in the bottom of this beaker, that is why, so this light is said to suffer total internal reflection. Now you can see the third test tube. This is let us take another test tube. Now focus the laser beam such that it comes out from the other end. Okay, so this is also, in this way also you can check whether light is suffered total internal reflection or not. So why we are taking soap, why we are adding soap, some small piece of soap to water? Why? Because in order to know the path of the light ray, we are adding some small piece of soap here. Okay, this is about the total internal reflection. Okay, so now I'll stop.